Chained Library at Hereford Cathedral is the largest surviving chained library in the world. It's the only library of its type in which all the books are still chained to the shelves. And essentially it's the latest style of scholarly library in the early 17th century. This is actually a modern replica, but we do still have the original 17th century key. So, a satisfying click, and then these hasps come free. Then the bar that comes along the front of the shelf actually slides out. Now the end is free, I can actually remove the end of the chain. This one can now be taken off. If you attach a chain to the spine of the book, the spine's quite weak and it would easily tear. So the chains are attached to the edge of the board. And then if you put the book on the shelf with its spine facing outwards, that chain would rub against the side of the book. So that's the reason why the foredges have to point outwards. You can see a few books where the titles of the book have actually been written on the foredge, the ends of the pages. This book dates from the 12th century, but it's in the 17th century binding, so around the time that the Chained Library was made. It's a biblical text. It contains the Old Testament books of the Minor Prophets. Each book begins with an illuminated initial letter. This is an initial letter V, Verbum Domini, the Word of God. And it's formed out of two monsters. One's biting the back leg of the other. And the colours are so vibrant and the detail so exquisite. It's inside medieval manuscript books like these that you can get an idea of medieval colour. So what's interesting about a lot of these books is what people have written in them since they were first made. And here we've got a comment, perhaps made in the 16th century, and it's treating the book as a herbal. So there's an observation that this herb called Inula campana, which we know is Inula helenium or elecampane, and it says, if a man have wagging tooth and he eat of the herb, it shall fasten them. Can't quite believe that. We know that there was a lectern with an index to the books on it in the 17th century. Unfortunately, we haven't got that any longer. But at the ends of each shelf, you can see there is a list of the books on it to help you find your way. They are laying down the ground rules for how we still think about how libraries are organised today.